Hello, everybody. Uh, to begin with, I want to introduce you to myself. I am Preeti Kaur from LUCIC, India, and I am a Chinese language expert with over 14 years of rich experience in the field of translation and interpretation. And I did my graduation from Delhi University in the year 2005. And then I studied my intensive Mandarin program. Basically, it's called as Chinese language program because Mandarin, the other name of Chinese language, we call it as Mandarin. So I did my intensive Mandarin program from National University of Singapore from 2006 till 2008. And after that, I worked with many MNCs company. I worked as a Chinese language translator in a facility management company in Gurgaon, and I executed the project of translation from Chinese to English on housekeeping management of Beijing Olympic 2008 for the Commonwealth 2010. As you are all aware that in 2010 in India we had a Commonwealth game. So we did the translation from Beijing Olympic data to from Chinese to English. And I also worked with Capgemini, a multinational company, and was handling the South Asian countries such as China, Singapore, Hong Kong, and Taiwan. Also, I worked with one of the reputed world school and also acting as an invigilator for conducting the international exam of Chinese language. So after working for almost 13 years, I started my own organization by the name of LUCIC India, which is Let Us Communicate in Chinese in the year 2015. This institute primarily focused on imparting Chinese language knowledge, but now we have moved on to other languages such as Japanese, Korean, Spanish, French, German, keeping in mind the demand for the same. We did many corporate trainings for companies like Huawei, Ford, Reliance, etc., and also undertook training, language training to for many CEO and CXO like of Xiaomi and so on. The purpose of organizing this seminar is to make the youth like you are the current generation of the world, to make you aware about the importance of foreign language in your career, being in any field like MBBS, commerce, engineering, architect, whatever field you are pursuing. But what is the importance of learning a foreign language? That is the main thing. So as per me, to have another language is to possess a second soul. Even though the Q English is the global language, it does not mean that she can enjoy the status of being the only language. Adding another language to your skill set can help your career perspective, corporate success, college admission, study experience, and personal development. So keeping in mind the career prospect and the courses, knowledge of foreign language can offer a lot of opportunities. The opportunities can open up depending on your level of engagement with the language. As you deepen your engagement by pursuing higher levels, you will realize that the opportunities to study and work are incredibly vast. Salaries could range from 25,000 to 1 lakh a month, and even an interpreter can earn around 1,000 to 2,000 per day in translation work. Between two candidates with the exact same skill set and experience, the person who is bilingual is arguably much more likely to get the job. Knowing a foreign language is definitely an asset, but it should not be the only base of career. In fact, people from all walks of life like doctors, engineers, and MBBS are upgrading their language skills for business success. Earlier, the market demand for learning a foreign language depends on external factors like international and economic ties with the particular countries. For example, when India and China relations were in strain, Mandarin was not so popular choice. At that point of time, India had good relations with USSR, which explains the popularity of Russian language at that point of time. So we can see like when India or Japan or any other countries, we have economic relation improve, so the demand of that language will also improve. So in that scenario, I can say Japanese, Korean, and Chinese are the most sought after languages. However, the good thing now is that the demand for foreign language skill is also being driven by the domestic market and not the foreign market exclusively. Apart from MNC, we can serve the government sector such as foreign diplomats and can qualify for them via UPSC exam. Indian Armed Force, RAW, parliamentary forces, embassies, and other opportunities to research. The external services division of All India radio broadcast transmissions is 27 languages, out of which 15 are foreign. Hence, one can also explore opportunity to work in print and electronic media. Also, international curriculum schools such offers French, German, Spanish as one of their subject, as there is an increased awareness and demands by NRI as well as local parents who wants their children to learn one of these language. So there is a very important quote by Sir William. You can never understand one language unless and until you understand at least two. So while learning a foreign language, you focus on mechanics of the language like sentence structures, conjugations of verbs, grammars, pronunciation. You become more adept at distinguishing meaning and from discrete sounds. This is not only sharpen your language acquisition skills but also make you more fluent in your native language. Foreign language provides a competitive edge in career choice. One is able to communicate in second language. Its study enhance listening and skill and memory. It expands one's worldview and limit the barrier between people. Barrier causes distrust and fear. And of course, there are other benefits also, like it advance your career, feed your brain, deepen your connection with other cultures, see the world, go to the source, become a polyglot, boost your confidence, and so on. The list is never ending. So with this, I would like to hand over the conversation to my colleague. So he will be telling you about our institute and all those things, what we offers and what are the benefits of learning a foreign language. That's all from me. Thank you for being with me. So I'll hand over the presentation to my colleague. Okay, just a second.
Hello everyone, this is Pradeep here, and I'll be walking you through the various offerings which our institute offers during this time. I again thank you for sparing time out of your schedule, and I know it's a weekend and most of you would be busy in your weekend plans, but it's good that you have spared some time for listening to us and the importance of the languages. Okay, so basically, the LUCIC India Institute for Foreign Languages, which is located in Gurgaon, we started with one language, which was Chinese that time, and we started to grow in that first because we saw that in Gurgaon there are a lot of industries which are electronics, softwares, and other mechanicals as well, which need a lot of Chinese specialists with the graduation and post graduation degrees. So we thought of setting up this to help the corporate sector initially, but then we thought that why not, that we should also be helping the students of nearby universities who can add one language in their curriculum, in their CV, before they even land the industry or look forward to join the corporate sector. So Miss Preeti, who just spoke to you, is an alumni of Delhi University, and she had been working on this initiative for last, I would say, 7 years all in all. And since then we have been evolving and have tie-ups with lot of corporate sector industries in Gurgaon, nearby areas like Manesar. If you know, there is an area where a lot of companies are there, a lot of German companies are there, a lot of Japanese companies are there, and they usually reach us for various learners who have experience up to the middle level of each language. So I just want to take a small pause here, and I want to remind you that we have the chat facility available in the live stream, and if anyone has questions, I would definitely encourage you that you utilize that. We have moderators in our conversation who would be helping you answer your queries like for any language while you walk through this presentation, and I hope that you can see the presentation clearly. Do let me know if there is any problem. Our organization currently is basically supported by a lot of corporate trainers who are also full-time workers in Gurgaon and Chandigarh. They are working in their companies full-time, but they spare time for helping and sharing their experiences to our students, learners. And we have presence right now in Gurgaon, Chandigarh, and there is a center recently come up in last year in Dehradun as well. There is a satellite office. And let me walk you through a little bit of further. So we deal in all kinds of business needs related to linguistics, which include corporate trainings, campus trainings, one-to-one trainings, online trainings, translation projects, interpretations, proofreading, and there is a lot going on around video transcription. You know, there are a lot of content on YouTube and other social media content management systems where a lot of videos and a lot of bloggers, they put their videos and they are in multiple languages. So you can just imagine that, you know, it's not the age that we think of our career in our classic and old fashioned style, like, you know, that we will just do a graduation and then we'll do a post graduation. After that, if we wish, we will get a PhD degree and we will start our career somewhere, either in engineering or commerce or C or something like that. No, people are actually adding languages, and you will be encouraged to know that we have a lot of queries from the school going students who just not want to learn French and German or Spanish, which were the initial school days languages. They are also asking us like how we can be ready more about our future. Like if I want to start something after 12th or after my graduation or during my graduation, then how can we be better ready for this? So in this global marketplace, the ability to communicate is really critical, and hence we really play a very critical role for your future building. Do let us know which language is most suitable to you, and if you want some kind of counseling, we will be happy to help you after this session, and we will definitely be giving you our contact details. If you need some kind of demo classes or want to ask about any particular course, I have 2 3 more important slides, so stay tuned with me and look for your better interest in this slide deck. I would not keep you just a monologue kind of thing. If you want some comments or want to send some questions, please feel free and utilize the chat feature again. Oh yeah, this slide is the one which I was talking about. So we have languages. So we have 6 languages all in all. Actually, we have Chinese, Japanese, Korean, German, French, and Spanish. These are the top 6 languages which are working really well in the industries, in the institutions, in the tourism, hospitality. So I have listed here a lot of the departments or the sections or the industries which are most sought for these languages. So you can see that aviation, marketing, supply chain, hospitality, hotel management is another one which I missed right here. These guys are looking for Chinese languages, and Chinese has multiple dialects. Actually, it's not Chinese, so there are 3 further dialects of, I would say, scripts of Chinese. This is unique, very much in demand, because people do not go for this language. Actually, that's so the lesser is the supply, the more is the demand. Same goes with Japanese. I have a survey slide I'll show you, because we have also got your responses. So we have seen that what kind of languages are you looking for. All right. I would also tell you that these are the cities where a lot of demands are coming from, like Delhi NCR, because it's an industrial area, Bangalore, Gurgaon, and nearby area Nimrana. You would have heard that they have a very big industrial sector, specially designed for Japanese business. Manesar is another one. A lot of manufacturing industries are there. Mumbai, our business hub, or I should say the business capital of India. Hyderabad, Chennai, and these are very few. even the eastern sector like Kolkata, we have a lot of business. Top companies, very important slide line actually. You would be interested that these companies, and most of them are most known to every one of you: Honda, Maruti, Accenture, Wipro, Capgemini, Huawei, Amazon, eBay, Oppo, Xiaomi, Hero, Mitsubishi, Bosch, Serco, embassies, and the other foreign embassies actually. So these are the companies who hunt for the graduates with nice communication skills. Of course, everyone in India right now can speak English. Most of the people can speak English actually because it's been introduced at the very early stage in our curriculum. But what about a foreign language? Recently, we have been talking to Accenture, and they have published huge job opportunities with people who are graduates and know Japanese. But why so? Because they are doing business with Japan or the allied countries. That's why they are hunting for the people who can speak Japanese. Let me take you a little bit more into it. As I mentioned, in our portfolio, we have all the 6 top languages. There are almost 5 to 6 levels of each language if you look at it. And I have captured also the certificate exams. Like if you are doing Chinese, there is an exam called HSK. You can Google it, and you can find more details about it. This exam has 6 levels, one being the lowest, 6 being the highest. On the Japanese, there is a Japanese language proficiency test, which has N5 as the lowest one and N1 being the highest one. So each of these certificates add value to you. And I would say, even if during your graduation you can target to achieve bare minimum 1, and would be great if you can add 2. So 2 levels of any language of your interest, I think it will take your career to a next height, of course. And you will be from the day one when you start your job, or if you start any small startup, you will be distinguished that, oh, that person knows French. Wow. Uh, this will not be an investment which you will feel or regret any time in your career. You will always feel, you may not get an opportunity on the very first day when you finish your course, but trust me, and I have experienced it, that during your career initial days itself, you will feel someday that it was good decision that I added one of the foreign language in my graduation curriculum myself, I mean personally. Okay, so as I mentioned, Japanese, Korean, French, German, and Spanish, these are the 6 languages which we have introduced and which we have been teaching to our students. If you have any questions around this until these slides, please feel free to put in chat, and we will definitely look to provide you the answers in detail. Well, now coming to, suppose you have decided, well, I have chosen my language, what's next? For a very beginner level of any language, you just need to provide 3 or 4 months of time to any language. And trust me that each one of them is precious, each one of them is tough, each one of them is simple. So you choose one language, start it as a hobby, learn couple of dialects of it, Google it, look for some, if suppose you're thinking of Korean, look for some K dramas. If you're looking for Chinese, look for some Mandarin or Chinese serial, see how they communicate. You will not understand anything for first, I would say, 15-20 days, but the moment you start your course, your interest will grow, and you will be able to grasp a lot of it, and then you will build upon your confidence. And slowly, if you tell somebody in your friend circle, or if you're in your teaching circle, or wherever you are studying, or some of you might also be teaching the younger students, so wherever you teach or tell or have a conversation with, you will be distinguished. We have predefined curriculums. We teach one-to-one as well, individual learning courses. A lot of corporate sector guys mostly opt for this option. This building sign is that we teach them in our center, and we teach them online as well. That's the legend. We have corporate groups where a lot of corporate sector HR, they conduct a session in their company, and they nominate some of the employees, and we conduct a session. We have a limit there, 1:15. For individual, it's 1-to-1. Of course, it's a trainer and the trainee. Some of the institutes have further collaborated with us, or some of the individual trainers have collaborated with us, and we are onboarding them as well as our partners. If you visit our website, which is www.lucicindia.com, I would also be interested in telling you the full form of our website. It's Let Us Communicate in Chinese, and because that's the one which we started with long back. And then we will be changing our logo now, because we have now evolved and experienced a lot in our other languages. IGLC is Institute Group Learning Course. It could be a small group, 1:3, or it could be a 1:6 for a classroom batch. So these are the various combinations. We'll be sharing this PPT with you through your email as a PDF, and you can go through it. Wow, this slide looks exciting. And I'm sure it would be exciting to you also. So these are the partners basically to whom we have taught so far. We have taught the employees of these companies, and we have had collaboration with us. There is a logo called Xiaomi. Xiaomi is a very interesting company. It's evolving company in India, and we have a lot of corporate executives from this company, including their CEO, who is learning from us. They have chosen Chinese. So we also have corporate tie-ups with Optimize IT system, where we get a lot of translation work and transcription work, where we also give it and give the work to further our students. Honeywell, Huawei, Ford, Dell, KnowledgeWorks, these are some of the top companies where a lot of work comes, and we are collaborating with them, we are helping with them. Recently, we are also working with a collaboration to some of the foreign universities to gain like how their curriculum is, and how we can introduce a better curriculum, or how we can improve our curriculum for our Indian students. This is some statistics. We were awarded the Excellence Award by Urban Pro in 2020 for one of the language chosen from all over India. These are some of the reviews, and trust me, all of them are 5 stars, and majority of them, I would say 80-90% of our 90+ percentage of our reviews are 5-star plus. And you can see that the students and the parents and the college going students, or the corporate sector executives, they have given wonderful feedback to us. Some of them have been teaching their kids here, some of them have been learning themselves. We also have non-working homemakers as well, like some ladies have joined who have hobby of starting up something new at their own, like some small business, and they have been learning a couple of languages from us. So all in all, very exciting journey, because we all have grown up just by thinking that doing the +2 and then doing degree and then graduation and post graduation, this will help. This will surely help. I'm sure this will help, but the faster speed and how best you can make your career is add language to it. Add language to it. I'm again saying add a foreign language to it, because that will be a distinguished and marquee unique selling point from your CV. Wow. I will spend more time on this slide. Why? Because this is your choice. Okay, this is the survey which we have got as your responses. Like we have been, I think, I can't see how many people are live, but I think 100+ students who registered for this webinar. They were interested mostly in French. Wow, 53% of them want French, 34 German, 33% of them want Spanish. But look at the statistics of the jobs in India. This is as on today. Okay, we put some statistics for you. Chinese, we just got 8 registration, but there are 2,500 jobs. Suppose there are 100 such universities like Delhi University, and 100 sets of people like you. So we get 800 students, right? So if all these 800 students ramp up themselves to Chinese, how many students we have who know Chinese? We will have 800. And look at the jobs. Look at the jobs. Jobs are 2,500. Look at the probability of getting a better career here in this language. Compare these statistics. 8 of you, 150, chose Chinese as your choice. I want to emphasize on these first three languages. They are character based languages. They do not have spellings like ABC. They do not have. Suppose you want to pronounce fire. Okay, so fire in Chinese, Japanese, and Korean, all these three languages, they have a character dedicated for fire. It's a stroke based character. If you have some toy box around you or something which is made in China or Japanese, look at the characters written on it. They are not joining characters. Each of them is a separate character and they mean full word. Each character has a different word in English. So that's how these three languages work. They initially they would be little tough for you because we are not used to them. But look at the outcome if you learn. And that's why the Chinese, Japanese, and Korean, these three languages, we wanted to evolve more and we wanted to help students to learn this more. Spanish, German, French, of course. If you look at the jobs in French, wow, 70,000. But look at 150 have nominated French as your best language or your preferred language. Suppose we pick up 100 students, each from 100 universities of India. Okay, so we get 10,000 students. But there are not 100 universities. There are almost 600 top universities in India. Then look at the jobs and the number of students. So then the jobs will be less than the number of students we have. So we want this trade shift. We want this thinking shift. We want this idea shift from these classic languages because we have lot of trainers, lot of institutes, lot of schools and colleges who have introduced Spanish, German, and French in them. But these core languages are missing. We are in APJ, we are in Asia Pacific Japan region. Okay, so look from an industry perspective. India is counted in the eastern countries still because we are near to Singapore, Taiwan, Vietnam, Japan, and that's why these Asian languages and the business of with these countries, South Korea, Japan, and China, Vietnam. So Chinese people are thinking that this language is not good because we are having a political disturbance right now. No, forget that. So that political disturbance is not going to hamper this anyways, because Chinese is not just the language of China. It's the language of almost 8 other big countries. It's spoken in Singapore, Malaysia, Taiwan, Bali, and I would say even some part of South Korea as well. I would say there is a dialect called Cantonese, and it's spoken in the eastern countries, all the eastern countries. If you go to Singapore has a second language of Tamil. So you can assume that how these languages are intermingled because Singapore was set up and originally established by the Tamilian people. That's why we have second language there as Tamil, and all of them wanted to learn Chinese, so they settled there and have grasped a lot of good opportunities there, started business of their own, and now they are pulling their relatives from here. So Chinese, I want to tell you, make you understand that it's not just the language of China. It's 7-8 more countries of Southeast Asia. The people who have interest in mechanicals, of course, this is more from the engineering background, and I think we have more students in this webinar from commerce or arts or humanities background. But I would still tell you that you have a great career to make in Japanese because you might not be a graduate in engineering, but the engineer will need a transcription person or an interpreter expertise. So there you can jump in and you can tell, oh, I can transcript for you, I can interpret for you, I am a Japanese expert, or I am a Korean expert. So these people have a great demand, right? We just got 24 nominations out of you 150, 170 around people. Look at, if I multiply it by 100 universities or maybe 200 universities, it is still 4,000. And look at the statistics on Naukri.com today morning. 8,000 jobs are open for Japanese. 6,000 jobs are open for Korean. So from these stats, I want you to rethink, rebuild your, because if I tell you to learn Spanish, French, German, very good, very good. They are simple, you can earn them. But If more and more people are learning these simple skills, what about this? A huge potential is lying here. If you are spending 1 year in Spanish, and for the same level of proficiency, if you have to spend 2 years in Chinese or Japanese or Korean, do go for it. Learn these languages, because the more and more unique you are, the more and more opportunities you will get. And everybody in the university, they have a dream that they get a better job. I mean, 10 or 15% of them, of course, don't want to do a job and they want to pursue their career as entrepreneurs, which is very good idea. But for becoming a very good entrepreneur, you have to be first a very good job holder as well, because otherwise how would you learn? I mean, until unless you are going for MBA, where some of the practical knowledge is also given in addition to the academic sessions. Of course, you can directly jump onto entrepreneur sector as well. But for the other streams, the normal graduation degrees, the arts, the humanities, the commerce, where no management courses or curriculums are added usually. And pardon me if I'm wrong anywhere in this, but that's the experience. That's what we have learned from the industry. We speak to at least two of the industry people every week. We have one-to-one conversation, and we gain their experience, and we want to take back that experience to our students, learners, through our community. So think about these numbers. Do let us know if you need any kind of such help, because I hope these numbers would have reset your thinking and would have made you to take a decision on any of these languages. And since we have all of them, so for us all of them are same. So I don't want you to go to Chinese just because I want you to go. I'm projecting the statistics for you. Yeah, taking a pause here quickly, and do send us some comments or questions in the chat. We would welcome that. Yeah. Let me just think if we have. Yeah, all right. So our website is we have recently revamped our website, which is www.lucicindia.com, LUCICINDIA.com. We have centers in Gurugram, Chandigarh, and Dehradun. This is the counselor number. This is with me most of the time. And this is the email, services@lucicindia.com. We have a Skype. If somebody wants to scan these codes, they can directly go and scan from the screen. This will take you to the Instagram. This will take you to our Facebook page. And this is our upcoming rebranding. So since we are teaching multiple languages right now, so we would just be renaming the name, and it would be called as Institute for Foreign Languages now. On the website, this is a snapshot from our website, and if you open that website, there is a link given in the yellow or whatever color you see here, this color which says request demo, and we conduct one demo free of cost for everyone. Or if one person is willing to have 2 demos for 2 different languages, even that is offered. So go for it. Just provide us your name and for whom you need demo for. It's a very simple small form. And if you want to refer this link to any of your friends who is also partner with you or studies with you or thinks and shares thoughts with you, or you're thinking to build something collaboratively with someone, so do share this link, lucicindia.com/request-a-demo, or there is a hyperlink. We will share this in the chat also. You can click this and request a demo with us. So you just need to provide language of your choice. The language will have all the options of 6 languages which I've just spoken, your name, contact number, and how do you prefer it. You want to have it online, offline, and your purpose of learning. So we will be glad to connect with you back. And I would just take a pause here again just to look at my presentation if something important has been missed out, and I will be glad to give you more details. I am going back to one slide where I did not spend more minutes. So we have 6 levels, as I told, for all the languages: beginner, intermediate, advanced. Beginner has 1 and 2, intermediate has 3 and 4, advanced 5 and 6. So you will be interested to know that less than 200 students in a country reach to these levels. Why? Because I'm taking the stats from India also. So any language, very few students reach to this, but intermediate level is most commonly attained, and these are the people who get special attention in their corporate sector jobs or wherever they go, whether it is an institution which is just academic institution. So if you are teaching somewhere in a global or international school, and if you know one of these 6 languages, I would say you will be distinguished definitely. For the senior levels of each language, we have the weekend classes, long 2-hour classes, and twice, as it's Saturday and Sunday. For the beginner and intermediate, these are total number of rough hours, how much you need, and these are common across all the languages. They vary a little bit here and there, but mostly these are the number of hours which you need. So 50 for number 1, 50 for 2, 60 for third and fourth level. And for these we have alternate day batches, 3 classes of 1 hour each in a week. So you just need to give us 3 hours, and then think of it. So we are a pool of around, we have almost 15 to 18 trainers who are expert. Half of them are from corporate sector, and half of them are senior trainers who are not working, who are full-time working with us, and they dedicated full of their time with us. All the language international certification exams which I've just told you, like HSK, GLPT, topic is a proficiency test in Korean, DELF and DALF, which are for French, GOETHES or Zefrikat Deutsch, which is for German, and Spanish, DELI and CLE. So these are the certificate exams. You can note them whatever is of your interest, and they have almost 6 levels in each. During your graduation, if you are in first year, try to attempt 2 of them. During your second and third year, if you are in second year, try at least 1. If you are final year also, try at least 1 of these levels of any language of your choice. Yeah, a lot of industries are looking, right? I mean, it's just that, if you read this slide again quickly. So embassies, KPOs, import and export businesses, tourism and hospitality is the most common, because these people travel here and there, and when you travel here and there, you get a different home. When you get a different home in other country or in other geography, you need to understand them. Like there was a proverb, like, behave like Romans when you are in Rome. So you can't speak English while you are in Rome. So you have to speak their language. You have to live their language. You have to live their live their culture. You have to eat like them. You have to behave like them, and you have to speak like them. So when you adapt their culture, it means they accept you. The moment they accept you, it's a door opener for you. The moment somebody else who is not in our geography is accepting you as a guest or as a visitor, it means he's happy with you, right? So think about it, and I look forward to get your questions. We will definitely have another successive session of this particular webinar, where we will be answering more of your detailed questions. If you need one-to-one counseling on anything, I would be glad to speak to you one-to-one personally, and do let me know if we need to spare some of our more time with you. And through I also want to help Enactus Group from the Alsing College, who has helped us to conduct this webinar, and I owe them for this opportunity to speak to you and to present our thoughts to you. I'm sure that you will get more insights, and since we are not charging anything for such kind of sessions, so would be glad if you can get benefited out of it. Our agenda is not to make money, because we can make a lot of money from corporate sector. If we conduct a webinar there, I mean, it would be paid. Why we are conducting a webinar for students? It's not that we want to earn the fees which maybe 10 of you would give to us. Probably we can get just from one student from a corporate sector, right? So that's not the agenda here. That's not our motivation. We want to encourage you. We want to bring you out of your normal cocoons, and we want to bring you out of your normal curriculum. Think big. Every one of you has huge potential. Every one of you has great ideas. The moment you start nurturing your ideas, you will come out of your normal schedule, and you make some of these languages as your hobby. and you will be glad to know after 3 years where you reach. Okay. Now everyone has heard me. If you have any questions, I'll take a 10-second pause and will let you know if there are any questions. So I'll be turning off my camera for 10 seconds and 10-20 seconds, and we'll look if there are any questions in the chat. We've got a lot many comments. I think we have 120 plus concurrent users. That's an overwhelming response, and I owe you it. I thank you for that. We have around 110 current concurrent viewers, and thanks so much. Some of the people have asked that which of the most preferred languages in MNCs that we should opt. So as I mentioned, the industry. So there are two sectors. I would like to answer this. A very good question, Ojas Arora. So I personally like this. The thing is, there are two kinds of languages. There are industrial languages and there are educational or institutional languages. The first sector of it, like industrial languages. Industrial languages include Chinese, Japanese, and Korean. Why? Because most of the industries are based out. Most of the working industries, they do have business with these languages and the nationals of these countries. The other three languages, I would say French, Spanish, and German. They have their own value. I'm not denying that they have their own value. But why? Because they have been taught at many places. Lot of opportunities are there, and lot of training centers are there, and people usually get a lot of learning opportunities every here and there. But if you look for a Chinese or a Japanese or a Korean trainer, you will hardly find out. And hence, I think this answers your question. So that more is the supply, less is the demand, and more unique your language and CV is, more opportunities are there. Yeah, so go for the industrial languages if you want to work in industries, and the other three languages, like French, Spanish, and German, they have their own career. You can connect with you can connect with basically these three languages for your educational purpose. If you want to go for scholarships in other countries, if you want to study higher in other foreign countries, if you want to do MS or MBA or BBA or whatever, I mean, if you want to pursue such higher degrees in other countries, then go for this. There are a lot of Western institutes and universities who are open for Indian students. You can very well go there and take an admission. So they will of course value you if you have one of these languages. But I'm telling you the other way around. If you have one of the industrial language tagged to your profile, if you have the other languages tagged to your profile like Japanese, Chinese, and Korean, you don't need to go for even higher studies. Of course, you can pursue your higher studies. You can go for MBA and you can go for your masters. But they will do the work right with their graduation. Right with their graduation, you don't need to add any further academic study. Probably you can just go for some professional course to add your career there. And that's what I want to emphasize, that if somebody's want to be a trainer further, then any language is good. If you want to do a job in industry, probably the top three languages I've told you, and that answers. Some of the students have been asking about the contact details. I think we have already shared it, but I'm putting it again. So there is a phone number ending with 166, and there is a website through which you can reach us. We check our emails very frequently. There is a website, and there is an email ID, services@lucicindia.com. So you can reach to us with these any of contact details. We have a very nice Facebook page. Just look for LUCIC India and you will get to the Facebook page. Some of the students have connected with us from some of the other cities outside NCR. They are asking that whether you have some centers in Hyderabad or something like that. So currently we do not have presence in Hyderabad, but I think go for the online classes in this pandemic time. I think that's the wonderful. You save travel time, you save more time for your resting period. Like if there is an institute only teaching one-to-one or only teaching in classroom, probably you need to go there and learn. Um, so that's the benefit of this season which is going on, and I'm wishing you all the very best for your health as well, because health is the wealth actually. When you're happy and when you're motivated, when you're healthy, so go for it. Just we will definitely share the PPT. Thanks for the frequent messages. Any other important questions? What are the fee structures? Of course, I think you can get to us. Our fee structures are very, very nominal, and that's where we are growing. As I mentioned in one line earlier, that we are not charging a huge hefty money from our students, from our learning students who are doing graduation, because you are not having an earning hand right now. You don't earn right now. I mean, I'm sorry if somebody is from a working profession, but most of you are dependent on your parents for your sponsorship right now, for your financial sponsorship. So trust us, we will not be charging you a hefty amount. Of course, our standards are there. We keep quality training, so there are charges, and we do charge for all the classes, but it's very nominal, and we give you multiple options, like you can pay in multiple installments. That's all. Yeah. The initial step: decide a language, Google for some of the benefits of that language, look for the industries. We have given you certain logos in one of my slide, and if I take you back, look at this slide where key benefits of adding a foreign language in your CV. So if you look at this, yeah, I think this slide now. Yeah, so look for that, which companies you can tag, where you want to go, and this slide actually tells you which are the top industries: aviation, machinery, export house, KPO, and embassy jobs, travel and tourism, hospitality management. A lot of hotels are looking for graduates who can speak some other language, whether it is French or German or Japanese, because they are international hotels, and they get the guests from each of the geography, right? When they get the geography specific guest, somebody has to be there to speak to them in their local language. So there is where you can attack and find a job, and then no matter you are +2 or you are graduate or you are postgraduate or you are BCom or whatever, they will just take you because you meet their requirement, right? um, Most pursued language in India. Very good question. So most pursued is, I would say, French, because still the number of jobs in French is very high. But nowadays, because of the FDIs and other concepts where a lot of foreign companies are investing in India, a lot of Eastern countries are there. So again, I would emphasize in Japanese, Chinese, and Korean. German is again one of the topmost language still for the career perspective, because whosoever learns German, they either go for teaching or just stop at first and second level, but if you can go up to third or fourth level, German and French really helps. So how can I reach you? You can reach us with our website, with the contacts which we just shared, with the phone numbers and the email IDs. And once again, I thank you, the Enactus team. We are dot 3 o'clock. The webinar was planned until 3:30, but I think I could answer most of your questions. So I'll wait for more 10 minutes for you if you have any questions, and we will just be responding to you through chat. Feel free to share this relevant information. Most of you have requested for this presentation. We have your email IDs, and I think we can send you one single email with this presentation, and we will add some more references in it because we want to talk to you again. Actually, that's what I wanted to say. So the next 3 steps, okay, whenever you spend, I as from my experience of 15-16 years in corporate plus languages and other things, I would like to tell you that you have spent 1 hour of your precious lifetime here with us. You should take at least 3 key takeaways from here. Okay, we were speaking on foreign languages. You should think again for the importance of this. That's the number 1 key takeaway. Do not let this 1 hour go in vain, because the foreign countries, 1 hour pays you many dollars and many euros. So this 1 hour can pay you many euros and many dollars. And what I want you to take away, like one of you, each one of you should take one key takeaway, is that choose a language. Second, request for a demo to us. We will tell you more about that particular language. And then third point is start and plan. And the financials come at last. We have some students who could not pay us when they were learning with us. They just gave us an assurance that sir, ma'am, whenever we'll get our first job, we'll pay you. We have at least, I remember 3 of our students from our 2020 batches and 2021 batches. We have 3 students who have pursued their 2 or more language levels with us, and we have given them a freedom. And trust me, those students have come up with a very nice feedback, said that you have made our career. You have actually invested in us like our parents. So they have given us the checks from their salaries as their payment of the language courses which they have done. Of course, India is nowadays very instrumental in this. Most of us have the luxury, and thank to God that most of us have the luxury to financially be supportive from all angles. So if you want to invest on this, if you want to basically go for this, and if you do not get a sponsorship from your parents, talk to us. We'll tell you how you can do. Some of you might be interested in mentoring junior students like you can learn with us and teach juniors. So you can teach some 10th class student, or you can make a small batch for 8th class students, or find out a nearby school who might be looking for a graduate with a language course. So you learn from us and teach it further. That's how we believe that we are investing in you. I'm still overwhelming that over a period of almost 70 minutes, we are still having almost 130 great viewers with us, and I appreciate your time. Please feel free to put more questions, because more and more you ask, more answers you get, and more answers, any answer can change your curriculum, your life. And I would also have something to show you, that the people who would be interested in learning Japanese, Korean, or Chinese with us, we have a book. Okay, so I hope you can see this. There is a slight delay. So we have a book which has been published with our logo. This book is available on Amazon, and the name of this book is character practice notebook, and this is common for Chinese, Japanese, Korean, and this is not a normal kind of book. This gives you the facility to write in these three foreign languages. You can just have a look at it here. I will also send the links of these books to you in the chat. I have that link handy. So this is published in under our logo, that's LUCIC India. Okay, and this is how you use. So these character based languages are not written, and if you, I think while Preeti ma'am was talking to you, so she has published her own books for Chinese, and now she's working on Japanese. So we will be working, so she's a common translator and trainer for Japanese as well as Chinese. So we have this kind of book, which is HSK 1 course, and this is for level 2 and this is for level 3. So you can get that these three books we have. Yeah, and so I will just have it handy. And yeah, so services, very good question. I think somebody asked about what services do we offer, and I'll just right away probably try to answer that, which is, I encourage you more and more questions. We have left out with maybe 20 odd minutes, and I encourage you to utilize it to the fullest. We love your enthusiasm, and so I have so if you visit our website, and there is a tab called our services. Okay, and these are the services basically which you can get if you visit the website. On the top we have our services. Our services include language trainings, translation, proofreading, subtitling, interpretation, cultural workshops, and we have a very good section called Alumni Connect and Scholarships. So people who are in their final year, do connect with us. If you have missed learning any language or thinking about any language in your past 2 years, if you are in final year, do connect with us. We will still add a language in your portfolio in your last year, and then while you graduate, when you get your graduation hat, probably then you can be with a language, be ready with a language. As I mentioned, we are teaching 6 languages. There are clients, and I encourage you visit the website. Now, wonderful thing which you will see on our website, that there is a tab called Partner with Us. Okay, there are individual trainers and small institutes who have partnered with us. There is a tab called Join Us as a Trainer. So the small trainers or 1 or 2 level experienced trainers, they teach us. They get collaborated with us, and they collaborate with us in a manner that they can teach the junior students. So we welcome them as well. I mean, we welcome everyone actually. There are B2B collaborations where some of the agency or some of the large collaboration enterprise, they can connect with us for their corporate needs or their school curriculum enhancement with a language. Again, on the homepage of the website, you will find that there is a button called Request Demo. Click on that, fill in the details, and send us a request for a demo. We would be happy to get back to you. I hope I answered that question. Let me. Yeah, I'm going to the last page of the slide where a lot of scanning links are there and a lot of contact details are there. You can take a snapshot of this, and I think that's wonderful that you can connect with us. There is a demo link which is right here, if you see, and that answers your question. So do connect with us with any of these media, and we'll be there. We are on Skype, we are on Facebook, Instagram, and this phone number is always reachable, and this email is always active. So do reach us. We'll get back to you. Wonderful. I love the collaboration, and I love the comments as well. Great collaboration going forward, guys. really enthusiastic. All right. I would be giving you back 15 minutes. We'll be having the session until 3:15, and 5 more minutes, please. If somebody has any queries, please write now. And I'm currently looking at one-to-one messages, um, and would be glad to answer. We have some parents also joining us on our YouTube channel. They have told that thanks a lot, LUCIC India, as both my kids are learning Chinese and Spanish very easily under your superb guidance. Wonderful, wonderful. I think this is one of the parents joining us from Chandigarh. Please mail the PPT. Of course, we will be sending you this PPT. I would like to basically thanks once again the Inactus team, and there were people from Inactus Dayal Singh College. I personally want to thank them to basically organize this conversation and to connect with a lot of you. So I think most of the questions got answered. How can you approach me? So Priya, you can just write an email to us, and you can just or drop a WhatsApp message on the number given here, or do book a book demo. We will contact you ourselves. Oh, one question, I think I must answer this question as well. Where are we located? So we are right now in Gurgaon. We are connected with you from Gurgaon location, and we have our center in sector 10 of Gurgaon, near to Hero Honda company, near to Hero Honda Chowk. And we have centers in Chandigarh and Dehradun as well. We have trainers and we have small centers out there. So if someone wants to reach out to them locally, we welcome you at any of our center. So Aditya, we are in sector 10. You can call us, book a demo with us. Yeah. Rashmi asked a good question. Sir, can we do it after graduation? Of course, you can do it after graduation, or even post graduation, or even when you get married. But the thing is, as early as you do, you get more value out of it. Right now, I think you don't have any liabilities. You do not have any other bigger responsibilities like family or supporting someone else. Right now, you are free birds. So go for it now, because if you're spending 1 hour or 2 hour in this time. I'm sure you have a lot of luxury of time at this time. Of course, these days the college curriculum is also very hectic, I understand. But if someone can spare time right now, it would be great, because later you will get more responsibilities in your personal life, where we have seen that the homemakers or the ladies who have families to support, they have joined us for their business, but they could not continue for a couple of classes in between, and then it loses the interest. So Rashmi Sahu, so to answer your question, go for it. I mean, there is a saying like when you should do for something. There was a Chanakya saying like, what's the best time to start something? This is the best time, because this is the time when you thought about it. Go for it. Register a demo and find out an interest. Find out your interest in which language you can pursue your career. People who are having dilemma, like some of the student wrote that she's interested in French and German. So good that you can learn two things, because we have learned Hindi, we have learned English. Some of us learned Punjabi or Telugu or Marathi or Garhwali, probably the people who are from Uttarakhand. So of course we can learn multiple languages. Our former late Prime Minister Shri P.V. Narasimha Rao, he was probably, he was wonderful at languages. He was having 13 languages curriculum in his profile. Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, he was knowing more than 6 foreign languages. So great leaders. I mean, so these leaders who have been into politics, they have shown us interest and motivation. So again, I mean, you could be learning multiple languages. Never mind. I mean, go for one and then get to expertise, and then go for the other one, reach to an expertise. So that's how it works. And we will be telling you that, like, which two languages you should not start together. Like if somebody wants to start Chinese and Japanese together, no. So you can't learn these two languages together. because both of them have characters, both of them have to be written with strokes. You can't be learning them, both of them. You will get confused. But if you want to learn Chinese plus French, of course you can go for it. So there are combinations, and there are pros and cons of these combinations. So there are other tier 3 languages, and I will tell Tanya is connected with us. She was asking about Italian, so to answer her, Italian and language Thai and Persian and Arabic. So these four languages, we get a lot of queries around these days as well. We will let you know when we enhance our portfolio and add these languages in our portfolio. Italian, Persian, and Arabic. They have a great career, because Arabic is spoken in most of the UAE and also North Africa region, and that's why, because they are prosperous and they have a lot of business. They are having the people who are very much economically strong or financially strong. So a lot of businesses are flourishing there, and that gives you the opportunity to even land there for your business opportunities. Like Dubai is another good option. We have students from, I would be glad and to tell you that we have students all across the eastern periphery of globe. We have students connected with us from Singapore. We have students from Malaysia. We have students from China as well. I mean, we have people from China who were Indians, and they moved there, and now they want to learn Chinese because they can't learn Chinese from the Chinese people. Okay, so they want to prefer to learn it from Indian teachers, and as I mentioned that we have a good pool of teachers for the beginner level courses. We offer the courses from Indian teachers. Once you reach up to 1 or 2 level above, we connect with you the native teachers, because then you have to learn more about accent and learn about how you can improve your communication skills further in that language. Because the more you go towards the expertise in a language, you have to be speaking about, just like native speakers. So level 3, 4, 5, 6 of every language, we connect you and give you opportunities to even talk to some of the native speakers, because we have a pool from native countries. Like we have trainers from China, we have trainers from Japanese, like Japanese, sorry, from the Japanese region. We have people from Singapore and Spain. So our Spanish teacher is based out in, one of our senior Spanish teacher is based out in Spain. She was in India, Mumbai, and then she moved to Spanish. She moved to Spain region, and then she's also connected with us still. A lot of our students are learning Spanish from her. Online is a great option these days, guys. You don't need to move anywhere. You don't need to go anywhere. Everybody has access to internet. I'm glad that still 100 plus listeners are listening to us, and definitely go for online. Go for online. It saves you a lot of time. I'm going somewhere. You need to invest 1 hour. Coming back to your home, also invest 1 hour. And if it is a class of just 1 hour, I mean, I would call it as a waste. But if you are learning online, it's altogether an investment. It saves you time, money, and then you are away from the hectic schedule. So rest more, keep yourself healthy, and stay happy, and then invest your time in more productive areas. Like you can use social media has a great power these days. I would encourage you to exploit the social media for your benefit. Go for Instagram, go for LinkedIn. Every one of you now must be having a LinkedIn profile. You must be having a profile on Indeed.com. Indeed is indeed a good platform for your jobs. LinkedIn is all time my favorite. I mean, I know the testimonials given by a lot of students to us that, sir, you connected us, you helped us, you mentored us to go and create a LinkedIn, and we got the job within 7 days. Wow, wonderful feedback. So that's the power of this social media. I would say it's more of a corporate media, I would say. And find out an industry, find out a sector, find out a company. Don't let the companies hunt for you. I mean, don't let the companies choose amongst you. You be the winner, and you add the languages in your profile, and you should choose your favorite one. Because if you are choosing your employer, or if you are choosing your career yourself, you will be all time happy. I have a couple of more important questions before we can disperse. I think wonderful collaboration. I was speaking on mute, so I will just repeat my last two lines. So very nice comments from the team, from the audience, from the listeners. Very informative. Thank you very much. This was indeed very information. So thank you very much. And I would also like to answer you and get connected with you that some of you have asked when is the other webinar from LUCIC India. What we will be doing, we will be conducting another similar exercise with new students now, and with some of you when we send this PPT to you guys, we will be encouraging you to reach us back so that we can take this webinar to the next level for you, and we will not be repeating this. We will be taking you to the next level. Now we will give you more insights of these 6 languages, because we have got introduced to you, you have got introduced to us. We will be conducting a subsequent webinar for you with more details on around these languages. So great. Um, I think most of you are now submitting the thanks comments. Please let me know if you have any more questions. Stay tuned. And the best thing is that we were focusing more on teaching and more on classroom and more on online classes. We have LinkedIn profile and we have Facebook profile also. Enactus asked us to create a YouTube channel, and we just created it, and we are here right with the bang. So great that we launched it well. I request you, urge you, that you please add this channel into your favorite list. Please do connect with us, do subscribe. You will get now, this channel will get loaded with lot of content which is quality content. Right now you will see that we just have introduced, I mean, we just launched it last week, and we created very basic introduction YouTube videos, but now we will be taking you through the step-by-step approach. The people who cannot basically attend the classes, we will also be creating at least couple of classes for them to learn some basics, so that they can build up on their confidence, and they can basically go to the next levels with their personal classes with us. So we will be putting some free content on the YouTube channel, which from where you can start. We will also be parallelly doing certain sessions for course specific, like what if you are doing BCom, what if you are doing engineering, what if you are doing into medical. So great. Wonderful. Wonderful. I think last 6 minutes, we still have 80 plus listeners. That's awesome. So please, guys who are online with us right now, please do let us know if there are any more queries. And I'll be just taking a small pause again for five seconds, and then come back to you. Question which probably I think one or two students of you have asked, that how do we teach online? I would like to tell you that we teach online with touch screen projectors, and these projectors are screen sharing media. Like we have the trainer teaching you just like a whiteboard, and he or she uses a stylus, a digital pen on the screen, and then you just feel that you're sitting in a classroom and just attending to a whiteboard. So just like that, you get to hear from us. That's our style of teaching. All our online classes are conducted with digital projectors and styluses. So you get to hear along with what the teacher wants to show you on the board, with the screen sharing. So very intuitive way. Do book a demo with us. I will also put the link again in the chat so that you can take it away very handy. So for the benefit of all, I've again sent the contact details in the chat. The link to request a demo, the phone number, and also the email ID. We will be closing the session sharp at 3:30. I mean, I have 4 more minutes. Please connect with me if you have any questions. We have talked about 6 languages. All in all, we have what we have in our portfolio. We have seen that throughout the session, we have seen almost for 60 minutes plus, we have had 110 listener to us, which is a great response. So guys, any last minute comments, any last minute questions, please ask us. Um, the 6 languages are Japanese, Chinese, Korean, French, Spanish, and German, which we teach. We will be helping you throughout the course. We teach according to the international module, international curriculum, and we teach based on the certificate exams which are conducted by foreign embassies. And once you get a certificate from our course, we recommend that within 2 weeks of time you appear for your international exam, so that whatever you invested in terms of money, in terms of time, you go with a takeaway, you go with a certificate, you go with a globally recognized certificate. So institute certificate has a value in the local region, but what we teach you is a global curriculum. So after teaching you, we of course take a test from you. We qualify you for a regional certificate from a certificate from us, but we want to get you the global certification. Do subscribe to our channel. Please send us comments and contact us. We will be glad to get back to you. We will be glad to hear back from you. Wait for my email. I will send you this PPT. And of course, I'm personally available for any quick conversation with any of you. Look for our books on Amazon. I'll send you the link on of the Amazon books who are looking for Japanese, Chinese, and Korean books. Because Spanish, French, and German, these languages can be written on the normal registers, normal notebooks, which you have. But these 3 languages, the character-based languages, they have to be practiced on special kind of registers and the notebooks basically. I'll just be pulling out a quick link, trying to get you the links of Amazon quickly. Let me see if I can find out. I'll paste the link in the chat for you. And thanks, wonderful collaboration so far. And I must say that it was a wonderful session with you, talking to you all, and I thank you. So we will now end our live streaming, and we will be glad to talk to you again. So if you want to search our books, I mean, go for Amazon.com, Amazon.in, and open for LUCIC India textbooks and character practice notebooks. You will see that what work we have done there. You can also look at our books reviews there. It has been really going well. I mean, we have been spending very less amount on publicity because we get a lot of queries, and we are not able to handle the audience which we get without publicity. So we thought of starting that this year a little bit, so that more and more students get connected with us. So I personally thank you, and I think it's the time to say a goodbye to you. You connect with us through emails, websites, phone numbers, WhatsApp, Facebook, Instagram, whatever fields you are connected where. Do subscribe to our channel, please, and glad to have you back. Okay, thank you very much, and bye bye.